Hey guys, what's up? Gavin Liuranium back here again, and recently on April 26, I turned 23. So if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that every year on my birthday since I turned 18, I made a video of me answering questions from my younger self, like traveling back in time and having a conversation with myself from the past. A version of me that I preserved frozen time and reactivated every year. But this year, I want to do something different. I want to reflect on things. Like initially, when I thought of doing this yearly, I thought it was to help me stay on track and I will be the same as I always was, with life circumstances not changing. But no, my life has been changing and I have been having different focuses in different parts of my life. I need to make changes. I'm certainly not the same as 2 years before, 6 years before, or even 9 years before when I started this channel. I had wanted to make a reflection video long before, like 2 weeks before my birthday, and started drafting a script for it. I wanted to make a video reminding myself that I needed to allocate some time more efficiently, compartmentalize the activities I want to do, etc., and stop wasting so much time doing nothing but doom scrolling and watching videos that broaden my horizon but don't generate any value for me in the future. But because it was my exam period, I thought I could focus on my exams and stuff first instead of this. So when my birthday arrived, I had no material to upload. Now I'm uploading this more than 2 weeks after my birthday, a whole ass month in delay. In reality, having no time or prioritizing other stuff was just an excuse. My life has had so many missed opportunities and stuff, and I kept letting them happen because of excuses. For as long as I can remember, that's more than 6 years. 6 years of excuses, like final year of high school, 1 year, no time to produce music because of NS and getting depression, that's 2 years, recovering from depression and going on vacation with my family, plus working part-time on the side again, that's another 2 years. What is happening? My life needs structure, especially when I want to do everything. Back in high school, even during my final year, I had more structure and efficiency than when I had during the least busy times in uni for the past year. I was producing music a lot and uploading videos at least more consistently than right now, not pre-recorded stuff like improvisations that I only had to edit a thumbnail and import into a visualizer. Yeah, I could do more efficient stuff back then with less. My laptop back then was a 2017 Dell Windows with a broken touchscreen, some keycaps peeled off and broken, and the battery on life support, etc. The memory was far from enough to handle so many browser tabs on Chrome, plus video production software DaVinci Resolve and a DAW FL Studio. I had such limitations but clear things on what I would do. Now it feels like I have greater ability but less motivation. A lot less. I have a MacBook Pro, an iPad, deeper knowledge about music production and mixing music, etc. Everything that makes me literally have no excuse. Right now I could just reflect back on how things were and how they are right now, back before 2021. I had my life basically structured. Weekdays were school and weekends were rest plus music lessons outside. Holidays were fixed and I was not expected to look for work, so I either went overseas with family, vacations, or stayed in Singapore revising for my syllabus for the next school year. I would then plan my holidays accordingly, schedule what kind of videos I would make, when I would finish making music, etc. Then in 2022 to 2023, I basically took a break. That was when the pre-recorded piano improvisations era began. I did manage to upload a few miscellaneous videos like reaction to the music freaks, some cello videos, that's about it. After I finished serving near the end of 2023, I plan to reboot and come back in 2024 with my travel vlogs. But after coming back, life had other plans. I went working part-time and that took me a lot of mental energy. I developed a habit of excessive gaming and doom scrolling social media during NS. When I was in high school, I thought like, what, this kind of no discipline isn't that hard to overcome. When I became an adult, now it appears like I thought too prematurely. I myself fell victim to these distractions and the weak mindset. There actually needs to be something forcing myself for me to achieve what I need to do, be it from work or school. It's just feeling like when there's pressure from work or school, I tend to have a greater sense of urgency in completing the task needed, and probably also because there are actual consequences that will be implemented upon me, like not being able to get good grades or not getting paid because I'm not able to fulfill my work requirements, etc. What are the consequences of delaying my own goals? Like the things I want to do. Nothing material probably, and no pressure. But should it keep going this way? I push my own goals and hobbies to the lowest priority on my priority list every time. Well, not all the time, but still most of the time. Especially things I want to do, like working on new music and videos, vlogs, remixing and remastering old music. For months and years, I kept pushing these back. When I have pockets of free time that I can spend not doing school assignments or work tasks, I end up spending them doing like less demanding things instead that didn't need me to activate too much brain power, like Duolingo or scrolling social media or playing games. Yeah, I became a mobile game addict and doom scroller even when I barely use TikTok. It's those short videos on Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts that pile up and make me waste hours each day. These and playing games because it's easier to do than work on my hobbies and trying to reach my long-term goals that will also consume my mental energy that was already consumed by school and work. Doom scrolling social media instead of making social media content, that's what makes me stay in my comfort zone for long durations, because stepping out of my comfort zone at this stage will cost me too much mentally and make me exhausted. Doing things I'm supposed to love, I'm supposed to enjoy, things I'm supposed to be passionate about. Now that becomes a chore. It shouldn't be this way. I need to change. I already said that I want to change in the New Year reflection, but I think I haven't done enough. I know change doesn't come immediately, but it's coming too slow, and I need to take back control and stop making excuses. That's probably the biggest problem that I've developed these few years. Making excuses for everything and forgiving myself too easily. I need some structure back in my life. I still remember back during 2020 to 2021 when there was the pandemic, my YouTube production was the most structured and efficient. I had planned videos to do every few days or a week, especially during the vacation when I couldn't go out and I could only stay at home. I was making videos of myself reacting to gacha life videos, playing Minecraft, making music. It was like probably my most efficient time during YouTube. I plan to take that back now that it's vacation time for me again. Yes, I'm gonna be working some part-time jobs and performing in some events, but this time I'm not going to let those water down my efficiency, and I will make a structure, a schedule of things I want to do and need to achieve. From now till the beginning of August, hopefully, I'm going to be efficiency maxing as much as possible. Not every video is going to be a piano improvisation, it's going to be more diverse and varied content. What I'm thinking on top of my head are my travel vlogs to Australia, Aotearoa and China from December to January, releasing some new music. Then also planning to remix, remaster and re-release some old music. Also testing some microphones and equipment. Maybe also expansion into other social media like Instagram or TikTok, which are either super dead, super inactive or completely empty. So a lot of stuff planned. Basically my planned reboot from more than 2 years ago, but finally being able to be realized and achieved now. I will try and do as many of them as possible by planning and structuring them and scheduling them. I can do it and I'm going to make changes. Hopefully by my next birthday I can look back at the past year and say, hey, I achieved something more than the previous year. So for me from the future, my 24-year-old self, I will do my best and not let you down. I will prove it to you, to my past self, and to myself of the present. Wait for me to bring you good news. So, in conclusion, happy late birthday to me, and happy birthday on time for my future versions watching back and looking back at me from 2026. I will be better.